Hey, B-movie fans, Leslie Morris here, and for the next couple of minutes we're going to be looking at the weird and wonderful world of B-movies. Now, my first story is completely egocentric. It turns out, due to my last vlog, that Troma hates me. I was at an airport checking my Facebook, and I noticed they had posted my last video on the page for the return to the class of Newcomb High. Why is that title so long? And now, you might remember in my last video, my main criticism was that the teaser trailer they released just looked tired and old and just full of all the old Troma cliches we've seen 1,000 times, and that, I just really hope and wish that they would try something new. So anyway, they use a tired and old cliche to describe me on their Facebook wall, which I found great. I really did get a laugh out of it, and I think kind of proves my point. Now, for the record, I hold no bad feelings towards Troma. I've come to the conclusion that maybe Troma films aren't for me anymore, and that's perfectly fine, and I really honestly do wish them a lot of success with Newcomb High 4. I hope it makes them a lot of money and opens a lot of new doors for them. So anyway, on the page, they told Troma fans to comment on my video, which they did, and some of them were really nice, some of them were just, I don't know, nasty little trolls, which is fair enough. It's the internet, that's where trolls live. But I don't know, I was kind of confronted with this bizarre school of thought. That is, if you don't 100% love something, you're instantly a hater, which I don't know, I just find this completely bizarre, because I think if you don't have issues and criticisms with things such as, like, if maybe it's a movie, politics, religion, even your friends, it shows that you haven't actually engaged with the subject matter. And I don't think criticism in itself is bad, it's how you execute the criticism, I think, often gets people into trouble. But yeah, I think if you don't have criticism, you just have blind faith in something, and you haven't actively thought about it, which I personally find worthless. But don't get me wrong, I'm not suggesting that we all should be cynical towards everything all the time. I think that's equally as bad. I think there's a middle ground that should be taken. And what's my point? And just because you've thought about something doesn't make your opinion right. And I think we all should be open to criticism and change. And I like to think I'm that type of person. And, I love doing these vlogs just because I get to talk to so many different interesting people. And, there's a core group of people that post all the time. And, I love your comments. And actually, I'm going to go meet one of you in about 3 hours. This guy from Matt Love has come from the US to Melbourne. And we're going to catch up later. And that's fantastically brilliant. So, enough of this bullshit lovey-dovey crap. Let's talk about something that's important. Let's talk about Hulk Hogan's penis. Gawker has just released footage of the elusive Hulk Hogan sex tape. We all know this has been around for a while, and we've been waiting for it. Despite having a penis being described as the size of a thermos, the sex tape itself is quite boring. Hulky has sex, but he also talks about wanting to buy a Kennedy bed and chastises himself for being a fat pig and eating too much food. Which is, I guess, fair enough. Everyone kind of ultimately has just mundane sex occasionally. The film was shot a couple of years ago, possibly when he was still married and without his permission, and his co-star is probably Heather Clem, who was his best friend's wife at the time. Now, you can watch selected clips on the Gawker website, and they give a full rundown. And needless to say, Hulky's suing everyone. Now, Sex.com has offered Hulky a crazy amount of money to host the video. And as Hulky's basically lost all his money over the last couple of years, I'm kind of hoping he'll take it. Because, it's probably going to get out. Everyone's probably going to watch it. So you might as well get millions and millions of dollars from it. And I kind of say this for a selfish reason. I say this because I want to see how the WWE will react, despite he doesn't work for them anymore, but he works from TNA. But after his contract with TNA is up, no doubt the WWE will probably hire him back in some capacity. But if he sells this tape, they will probably erase him from their records, because the WWE, they're kind of history revisionists. When, you know, they have a superstar that kind of goes out and does something inappropriate, they have a tendency of erasing their existence, aka Chris Benoit, and obviously China. So for my own, get to your point, Les. So for my own personal reasons, because I love anarchy, I kind of want to see what the WWE does about this. And also, I kind of hope that Vivid will release a sex tape with both China and Hulk Hogan. Who doesn't want to see that? Oh, that's right, everyone. So, I don't know if you've worked out, it's kind of been a bit of a slow news week, and I haven't really talked about any upcoming B movies yet. So I guess this last story is my one token B movie story. Marvel Animated Studios has just revealed the first screenshots of their upcoming release, Iron Man and Hulk Heroes Unite, which will see Hulk and Iron Man go up against Zax with 3 Zs. I don't know. If I knew more about comic books, I would know who that was. Apparently, he is a creature that's formed out of pure energy and can absorb human minds. No doubt this movie was made as a result of Robert Downey Jr.'s and Mark Ruffalo's amazing on-screen performance from the Avenger movies. Neither will lend their voice to this movie, but Jeff Loeb, executive VP from Marvel's TV division, says that this film will try to capture the spirit of their on-screen partnership. And despite not being a direct sequel to the Avengers movie, it will certainly follow it in terms of tone and character. And for hipsters out there that kind of care about the stuff, this film will be a hybrid of computer-generated animation and traditional hand-drawn drawings. I don't care about any of that stuff. I just want the film to be good. It's got a hit Blu-ray on May 23, 2003. Yeah, I'm running out of steam. Sorry, I don't think this episode was very good at all. Sorry, I've had a week off and I'm trying to get back into things. Anyway, the next episode will be a lot better. The only links I have for you is Mr. Riffley. Why do I always point there? The links are here, Les. Get it right. Has done a review for Hundra, and I just have to do a shout out to my good friend David A. Ross, who I went to university with, who I just found watch these videos. Hey Dave! Okay, yeah, sorry, this one kind of sucked. Next week will be a lot better. Okay, bye! Hey guys, I'm feeling bad about how crappy this episode was, so I'm going to give you a little extra bit right at the end here. A lot of you know that I have a job for Tomcat Films, where I basically review their trailers and make fun of them. I did a new trailer review this week for Thunderstorm: The Return of Thor, but it got rejected for reasons you'll probably work out. So I'm going to post this trailer review right here at the end. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to, but let's just keep this between you and me, and I'll catch you next Monday. Hey, B-Movie fans, this is Leslie Morris, and I am going to be reviewing the trailer for Thunderstorm: The Return of Thor. As usual, I'm going to be playing the trailer in full before breaking it down, so let's take a look.
An ancient evil is unleashed. The end of the world is near. The gods of old are helpless to protect us. Their last hope will rest in one man, and the god of thunder. He will gain abilities never imagined and wield the power of the heavens. Based on the Golden Age comic book series from Fox Comics. Thunderstorm: The Return of Thor. Striking soon.
Now, I'm faced with a catch-22 scenario. To fully understand just how great this trailer is, you need to watch the movie itself, which, for the love of cinema, I'll never actually recommend anyone ever do ever. Not even my worst enemy. So you just need to trust me on this one. I think the best way to show you just how terrible the film is to play the trailer again and point out all the scenes that don't actually feature in the film, and point out the existing shots that have been changed and compare them to how they appear in the film. As a general rule, all the scenes have been color corrected to a bluish color, which actually greatly improves the film, and the special effects look like they've been redone to make them look less stupid. Okay, let's look at the trailer again. This shot isn't in the film. This shot is in the film. This shot isn't in the film. This shot isn't in the film. This shot's in the film. This shot's in the film. This shot is. This is. This shot's in the film. This one is as well. This one is. And this one. Now these three shots aren't. The laser eyes have been added. That's in it. The thunderbolt in background have been added. That's in it. The helmet interior has been added. The laser eyes have been added. This shot isn't in the film. That shot's in the film. That CGI has been changed. The explosion has been added. Yep, all those shots are in the film. The wall explosion has been added. In fact, only a few shots in the trailer actually appear like they do in the finished film. Also, I need to point out that the voiceover guy in the trailer is infinitely better than the one in the film, and the trailer had the good sense not to show you how boring the hero is, or the crappy CGI dragon that features in the final act. I give this trailer a 10 out of 10. It's good old-fashioned, highly deceptive exploitation at its best. You can check out more Tomcat film trailers on Trailerific, which is on the YouTube network.